We're all tied up, and this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot.
Hello and welcome to the 2025-26 APTA Tour. We are live from the Hyde Park Golf and Country Club in Cincinnati, Ohio, bringing you the 2026 Midwesterns Grand Prix, with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corient. Tournament support has also been provided by the following: our presenting sponsors, Duncan and the Greater Cincinnati Platform Tennis Association, and local sponsors, Mercy Health, Roto-Rooter, Alta Fiber, Quintus Wealth Management Group, We Connect Health, Viking Athletics, High Grain Brewing, Total Platform, Plains Moving and Storage, True Point Wealth Council, River Hills Bank, Merrimount Capital, Town Properties, Atlantic Sign Company, Stretch Lab, and Titan Trophies. I'm Steve Sullivan, along with Guy Moore, bringing you this men's semifinal match between our number one seeds, Guillermo Nunez and Jose Salazar, versus Tommy Gregurovic and Tin Ostojic. Here they are on the screen. Guy, welcome to the stream.
Stevie, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Glad to have you in the booth. Obviously, our match has already started. They got out here quick. Let me introduce our players. To the top left at the net, you have Jose Salazar, all black. Guillermo Nunez, the lefty, black jacket, gray sweats. Tommy G, lobbing that ball with the black top, gray sweats. Tin Ostojic hitting that big forehand. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be quick no matter what, Steve, though. It's perfect paddle conditions in Cincinnati here, as you know, around 30, 35 degrees, no wind. It's been a great day. But Nunez and Salazar, although they don't play together a lot, they really complement each other. And again, you can see how quick this match is going to go. It's going to be a lot of shot making, a lot of play making. And what I've seen, Steve, too, from calling the last match with Nunez and Salazar, Salazar just plays very quick with Nunez because Nunez allows him to. Regalado and Salazar, obviously one of the best teams in the country the last couple of years, 3 years in fact, but just fun to see different combinations. And I don't know, I mean, the question's going to be, Steve, my question for you from the beginning is, who's going to play faster, Tommy G and Ostojic or Nunez and Salazar? Because it's going to be quick. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, and I've been, this season calling a lot of matches with Tommy G and Tin. They're 0-8 in their last against Regalado Salazar. They've lost to Guillermo Nunez and Alvi Regalado. But the last match they played against Nunez Salazar was in the finals of Steel City, so that's in December this year, and it was 6-4 in the third. So super tight match. Listen, both teams are going to play fast. The thing about Gregurovic and Ostojic that's so great is they are shot makers. They like to play, and they're unbelievable competitors, right? So they're going to have some streaks that are probably some of the most impressive play we see, throughout the season. The question for them has always been, can they maintain it? Can they play more than a set against the top teams? They have fit and fallen into this number 4 team in the country. They're going to be the 4 seed in Nationals. They're number 3 here. Mark Powers is not here, so he and Alvi Regalado switch up, the seeds a little bit, but. Yeah, this is going to be a fast match. I think they're going to play more offense if I was going to, pick one of the teams.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, it's going to come down to what we all know watching this match. It's going to come down to who does the basics well, who doesn't miss serves, returns, first volleys, because when you're playing quick, you got to make those 3 shots, right? Second thing is this, Steve, and I don't think we talk about it enough, with shot makers and playmakers, are you going to drive the ball when someone's standing on top of the net? And if you do, look at the shot making right there from Nunez already. If you do, you're going to get dropped. You're going to get volleyed behind. You're going to be put in a bad transition. So if you're making bad decisions when to drive, then you're going to pay for it here on either side of the net. I mean, because Tommy G and Ostojic, I mean, they thrive on this. And they're, we know from in a very positive, great way, Tommy G's an emotional player. He gets up. I mean, they're just great front runners. But you're right. I mean, the question is, these guys are just looking for one breakthrough moment, whether it's this evening or at the Nationals or whatever it is. I mean, that's all. They're one step away from being the next best team.
Yeah, they are right on the heels, right? We say Powers, Nunez, obviously Regalado, Salazar, and McNerney Morgan are defending champs from Philly cricket last year. Listen, those three teams have proven week in and week out, all the way through this season as well, to be the top three teams. And here these guys are right on the doorstep, right? We have a couple other teams that are trying to sort of compete, like, Leon and Moyo upset a little bit earlier today. But, yeah, this team deserves to be here. They can play, like I said, streaks that are as good as any other team. But, yeah, they, it's risk-reward, right? They play big points, and when they're on, they're on. When they're off, it can go a little bit of awry. Sometimes they need a little bit of an emotional spark, and let's see how they get it today.
Yeah, I mean, it's again like errors like that. It's going to be fast, and it will come down to who just makes better shot making. That's it. I mean, that's what it's going to be. I mean, that is a great drive by Ostojic. I mean, these guys are so talented, right, Steve?
They're so talented. They're playing. Listen, Tommy G plays a lot from the ad, and his two-handed backhand is that shot that's, the cannon, right? So I'm trying to think from short hills. I called their match against Regalado and Salazar. I'm trying to think which side they played, but Tommy G tends to sit in the ad side. So this may be a little bit of a different look.
No, I saw that earlier today too, just watching them play. And yeah, I mean, look, they're asking themselves a question: how do we get over that hurdle? And I think this is a great adjustment. I mean, listen, they can always go back and do whatever.
Yeah.
Or not only that, but I think it's cool just to throw it in there, even during the course of a match. Just different looks, switching in the back, switching at the net. But what I do know is this: you don't want to let Salazar and Nunez get off to a lead, because with their shot making and play making, they will make you pay. You don't want to let them be front runners.
Yeah, and Guillermo Nunez, he's such a, not only a talented rackets professional, but he's such a free spirit in a way.
For sure.
He plays really quick. Yeah, he finishes a point, he picks up the ball, he walks, he doesn't bounce the ball, he just turns and serves, right? He's very relaxed, he's very natural, he's a competitor, but when he's feeling it, like that's to me the newest best shot in the last 2 years, that cross-court lefty forehand that he can just put so much spin.
Yeah, it's a complete slider. It's like one of the best pitches in baseball, right? I mean, That's just it. I mean, it's untouchable, and what he does, and it's funny because when I saw him warming up, I believe it was in Boston a couple years ago, I just watched him warm up for 10 minutes, and he would hit 4 or 5 balls to that deuce side and hit that slider to the ad. And, other teams are starting to replicate it, whether they're righties or, I mean, the righty would go 4 or 5 to the ad side and then hit the cutter to the deuce side. But Nunez has kind of set the standard for this. I mean, look at the spin on that. It's crazy.
Just jumps off the back screen. Yeah.
And you know what?
Now listen, he's got a little bit of an advantage, right? How tall is Guillermo Nunez? 5'7". So the best overheads where you can get the best sort of direction and spin are when the bigger players can let that ball drop, almost get it to shoulder height, below head height, and sort of slide through it. He can do that so naturally that it's one of his superpowers, right? This is an advantage he has. Yeah, it just jumps off the screen.
Well, and then the question is, by the way, do you think Tommy G's ever given me credit for naming him that? I mean, it's not that original, but I did name him that. I did. I did. Cal, our production, says yes, he was there for that. I mean, it's just true.
Okay, and it's a sudden deuce point. There's no Hawkeye. Yeah, that's one of those calls. It's sort of a slippery pick'em. So Tommy G and Tin get on the board, 2-1, first sudden deuce of the game. We're going to take another. Oh,
yeah,
almost took another look at it.
Well, we did. And Steve, let me tell you about Mercy Health. Mercy Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, providing care worthy of the pros. From same-day or next-day appointments, after-care hours, and Saturday sports clinics, we have you covered with the expert care you need when you need it. To learn more, visit mercy.com/Cincinnati-orthopedics. But, I mean, Steve, look how quick this match is already going. And
yeah, they're not drinking water. They're just moving. Yep.
Yeah, and by the way, this match, score-wise, momentum-wise, will change just as quick as they're playing. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. And the other thing, too, you see, like, that's the shot that Nunez has been hitting so well all day because he's, I don't want to say he's not familiar with that side, but he plays the other side with power. So, I mean, that tomahawk forehand he's hit, he doesn't get that look on the deuce side that much, but he's been hitting that, and he slashes it kind of a la Broderick. You know, I mean, he puts a ton of spin on it. It's just a tough look. And if you don't get into the side screen, you're going to pay.
Yeah, so what that tells me with Nunez as the lefty playing the ad guy, they like the returns, and then they're going to find that natural opportunity, I think, at the net to switch to get forehand overheads in the middle. So it's an interesting approach. It adds one extra step, but it's just a testament to how confident Salazar is. That's his side, the deuce side, in that deuce side return. Maybe it's the righty cross-court forehand. But they're going to look for that switch pretty quick. This one happened naturally right out of the gate.
Great volley by Salazar behind Tommy G moving in. I do like the adjustments Gregurovic and Ostojic are making, though. I mean, they just keep trying new things, and why not? I mean, everyone, all these top teams, they would take any loss during the regular season Grand Prix. It doesn't matter any other tour event. I mean, their one goal is what we all know, and that's nationals.
Yeah, just looking back at the past few weeks, this is a semifinal match. Short Hills semis, Boston Open semis, Ridgewood finals, Steel City finals, Chicago Charities semis, Baltimore Open semis. So this is.
Hey,
at some point, yeah.
Stevie, who are you, court director? Live? I love it.
That's a great shot. So I love the experimentation, the different setup, because, this is one of the things I think has been so impressive about Regalado and Salazar this year is they keep getting better, right? They were definitely as good as they are, as good as their racket skills are. You could see in their court positioning a couple opportunities, let's say in the last couple of years, where you could see them needing to get better. They were competing for balls. Their net positioning wasn't sort of classically perfect, and they keep getting better. This year, they've just locked it in. They're the team to beat. This is right. We think this is their, year. But, yeah, I like Ostojic and Gregurovic trying something different. They're, they've done everything right, but that next level may, take something unique.
Well,
nice hands, nice camera angle.
Yeah, when you have Nunez at the net, too, like Gregurovic did just 2 points ago, I mean, he went to a space where Nunez was clearing. So even if Nunez volleys that ball, he's probably got to go cross court. Although Nunez is special, he could volley the ball straight ahead because his hands are so quiet. But still, I mean, he made his mind up that's where he was going, no indecision. And Nunez was moving to the middle. I mean, and Nunez can move to the middle. You know why? Because there's no angle to hurt him from behind. These guys are all so quick in the transition that they'll just track a ball down off the back screen. It's going to be interesting, Steve, to see, too, as this match gets tighter and tighter, if teams will slow it down like you're seeing this point. Wow, that was close.
It was close, but he made that one little, trigger step, like he maybe wasn't sure if it was in or out, but yeah, I think it just missed.
Quick 2-all.
Yeah, as quick as 2-0 was, 2-0's been quick as well.
Exactly.
Great communicators and emotional team guys, you said. So Zagreb, Croatia, played together at Wichita State, college tennis. These two know each other very well, right? They have some emotions like their siblings. It gets hot and, you know, it gets passionate, right? So this is one of those teams that you can never quite know what you're going to get, but as long as the emotions are positive, they're going to show some impressive paddle tonight.
Well, like we said, it was a quick 2-love lead, and then all of a sudden it's back to 2-all. And again, no one's going to slow down. It's going to be who makes the shots when they need to make them. I mean, I do think there will be, if things slow down, it's not going to be for long during the point. Just like this, you saw a couple lobs here, and then things accelerate again. I mean, this match could easily come down to who just doesn't miss the most. How about that, Steve?
Yeah.
I mean, the first two games, Salazar and Nunez didn't make too many mistakes, and the next two, a couple mistakes. I mean, look at and that's what Tommy G's got to be careful of. I mean, with their hand. I mean, that's a sick volley by Salazar. Tommy G did nothing wrong there. He hit a ball behind Salazar. I mean, for him to volley that from behind his back and go down the line away from him, how about that?
Yeah.
You'll see. Wow.
Did he get it?
I think so.
Good. ATP,
Wow.
love it. Let's take another look. Beautiful.
That is crazy good.
ATP into the snowboard.
And again, as quick as they were up 40-love, 40-30. And that's the beauty of this sudden death point here. I mean, it goes quick. Momentum can change quick. Do you think one of these teams slows it down, knowing this is a big, big game in this first set to set the tone?
I think the team that's going to slow it down is Salazar and Nunez. You know, Jose Salazar was one of, part of that team that really created some of the slow play. It wasn't just him. You know, McNerney can be out here all day as well, but Salazar can get very patient and methodical, and his volleys are so good. He tempts you, right? He almost wants these guys to swing away from the baseline because he's got the ability to withstand it, right? He'll move forward. He's got great hands, so I think they go patient first. But that's
wow. That's
just huge.
Such
huge.
Great transition from Tommy G. Corient is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 2025-26 season. Corient is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. Learn more at corient.com. Steve, you need to translate all of that for me.
Yeah, I had half of it, and half of it's untranslatable for the PG audience. But
okay.
Listen, I think they're frustrated. I think they're, Jose's a little bit dwelling on that call, from earlier, that sudden deuce point at 2-0, right? I think that's rattled them, and they've made a couple uncharacteristic mistakes. But listen, Tommy G, all the credit to him. He's sort of stepped up in a very big way the last two games.
Yeah, I would say he's one of the best transitional players in the game. I mean, he really is. And he needs those touches, and he needs that transition. And by the way, Steve, his backhand continues to get better. It is.
Yeah, in the last match, Dave Broderick and I were calling Ethan Leon and looking at his simple trigger backhand. Tommy G's is a whole nother level. He's got this very simple, he doesn't really have to turn his feet and his hips. He's got a simple shoulder turn. He puts the racket back and he just snaps it. So you can't see it coming, and he can do a lot of different things with it. Obviously, he can rip it, but he can, hit very nice, soft, placed, targeted shots as well. So, yeah, Tommy G, if he's hitting his backhand early, this is a really good sign for them.
Well, another thing, too, he's looking to come forward behind it. If you volley short, he's in your face, and he's not. I think from watching them in the past month or so in some of their close matches that they didn't come out on top at. I mean, he needs exactly what you just saw there. If he is stuck playing in the backcourt, he doesn't get the touches the way he wants them.
Oh, that's a tough spot. He's got it.
Those guys cover each other so well.
Well, the interesting part about how they cover for each other, or how they, oh, he missed it, how they sort of anticipate when to blitz, when the other one's going to hit a big shot, they don't talk a lot. They talk a lot, but they're not yours, mine, go, and they, you don't see them really communicating. They've played so much together, obviously through college and paddle. They just sort of know where each other's going to be, and it's a huge advantage.
Yeah, and that's interesting, too, because some teams need to talk more and some teams don't. That's a great spot in the middle by Nunez. It's a great spot, especially, I mean, they're both kind of looking for that volley in the middle.
Yep.
And I will say this, Steve, if there's one thing I would say to Nunez and Salazar right now is, hey, when you're in trouble, be on the same page where your bailout spot is. Where are you going to hit the overhead? Even if it's going to be a ball that's driven from 10 or Tommy G, know where it's coming back from. Because from a team, and as quick as things are going, you have to have your positioning intact. You got to be organized. And that's the thing, too, with Tommy G and 10 is if they can get a lead and they could play with that emotion with the lead, then some of the frustration comes in.
So this is why the second reason why they're keeping Jose Salazar in the deuce court. His backhand is very precise. It's just precise. It's not the cannon like Gregurovic, but he can hit it on a spot, and that one he just sort of smoothed it inside in, right? And yeah, very impressive. So they may keep this set up a little bit more from the backcourt. They won't keep it from the net, but they're going to keep it from the backcourt.
Oh, for sure. Just watching their last match. I mean, they're going to stay this way. Yeah, you hit a loose ball in the middle, and Salazar's all over it.
Yeah.
I mean, Salazar is easily one of the smartest players in the game. I mean, I was talking to Mike Raleigh over the last couple matches. Look at that volley. Yeah, that's just a great ball. And just like we talked about, who's going to drive the ball when you shouldn't? Like, I mean, you have almost no choice there. It's a volley, but Tommy G.
A lot of hands, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's our sudden deuce again. And it could come down to who wins more of these games, Steve. It'll be that close.
Missed it. Oh, he missed it.
Wow.
Looked like yeah.
It looked like it was coming back into play, but it did not. So the difference here early is yeah, exactly. Looking at court director, I mean, that's what we just said too. And I think if
50-50 on the points.
Yeah. If this starts to get away from Nunez and Salazar, it's going to all be on Salazar slowing it down and talking to Nunez and coming up with a plan.
Yeah, he'll need to be the general here. Nunez can go on a little bit of a walkabout, right? He can sort of, his focus can go up and down, and his intensity can go up and down. So I think you're right. Salazar, oh, that's just a really patient get there. Yeah, Salazar is going to have to sort of dictate, how are we going to play this? Are we going to make them beat us? Are we going to grind? Are we going to take it to them? And I think Nunez is probably going to follow the lead here from Jose Salazar.
Oh, for sure. In a good way.
And play in a good way, and play any role he's given, 10 out of 10.
Well, even when Regalado and Salazar are playing together, I mean, they communicate so well, and they just are like chameleons. They can adjust and play at any speed and any pace. And I mean, this is just...
Missed it. This is high level.
Yeah, I mean, it's just bang, bang, bang. It's called bang ball, Steve. Which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing to watch a tennis match at 7:30 at night right now, right?
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, these guys are not going away. They are not slowing it down. And that's why I mentioned early on, it's going to come down to who volleys well, returns well, and obviously I don't think serving's going to ever be an issue with faults here and there. You might see one sneak in at a big time. This is a very big game here, Steve. Being up.
Yep.
I think from Salazar's standpoint too, I mean, as good as Nunez and Salazar have been in this tournament and as good as they've been in previous tournaments, you know, Regalado and Salazar know when to change the tempo. So I almost feel like Salazar and Nunez have to slow this down. Have to make, especially Tommy G, bored.
So here's the double whammy. Salazar and Nunez can dictate and change the tempo and change the speed and sort of decide. But what we've also seen is that's just a monster.
It is.
Tommy G and Tin have also struggled stringing together 2 straight sets at this level. This is huge, right? This is big time level. So they need to take advantage of the momentum and figure out how to, you know, keep it, right? Because it could go either way. But so far, yeah, really great start here.
Wow. He didn't think that was coming over, and it got behind him.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Everything you're saying is 100% true. I would say based on the results in these big matches with Tommy G and 10, they need this first set more than Salazar and Nunez.
Yep.
They need that grace.
All right, double break point with the sudden deuce coming next.
And Nunez and Salazar got to look at it and say, hey, all we need to win is 2 points to get back in this set. I mean, there's a couple different ways to look at it with this sudden death deuce. And it can change. And by the way, Nunez and Salazar come back and win this game, it changes the momentum completely.
Yep.
And I would say, too, that keeping Tommy G out of the mix here would be a very good idea. I tell you what, too, Steve, what a strong draw for Midwesterns. I mean, no shock. I mean, it's a Grand Prix, but I mean,
Yeah, great draw, great tournament. Great to see West and Frazier back playing together.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure was. And then McNerney and Morgan had a long match against Tom Murphy and Robbie Schneider. Here we go. Sudden deuce, third one. Needless to say, they can't afford to lose 3 in a set. Wow, good move.
Great spot.
With them, yeah, they switch back immediately to get Tommy G's backhand in the middle. That was close, Stevie.
Yeah, nicked the net, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
jeez.
Wow. So
you know, he picked an interesting one. They look for it, and I think it's right to look for it, but he picked a tough one to go.
He moved late.
But look at the,
he moved late. He was still moving to his
left. Put it on a dime.
Well, he was moving to his left when he should have been there already if you're going to make that move, because then he would have just let it go. So, as we look at court director, but that is a huge game for Nunez and Salazar, because, as I said, they were just down 40-30. I mean, you can look at it from Gregurovic and Ostojic's standpoint and say, hey, we need a point to go up 5-2, and then all of a sudden Nunez and Salazar are looking and go, we need 2 points, and there's just no deuce anymore, so it helps you play the game differently.
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely shortens matches to some extent, but to me the bigger benefit is Yeah, those pressure moments, those big points, the value of points gets significantly better. You're up 40-15, and all of a sudden, you know, you get back to 40-30, you get a little tight, you get back to deuce, you're like, man, now I'm at a 50-50. So I think it's done a lot to add excitement to the game. You know, all credit to APTA trying to innovate, you know, how not just the players' experiences, they play a lot of paddle in these events, but also for the fans and, you know, the spectators. I think it's been a great adjustment.
I think also because Regalado, Salazar, and Nunez and Powers really understand who's hitting overheads. Salazar and Nunez need to really communicate on what their net scheme is, because, I mean, they can get away with, I don't want to say a bit of a lack of one against some other teams, but probably not with Tommy G and Ostojic. Now, another thought is this. I mean, from our perspective here, Tommy G's been controlling the tempo from the baseline. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so do you think it's worthwhile them playing him more and keeping him pinned back and pushing the ball over to Ostojic when they're in trouble, or not? I mean, it's going to be a match of momentum, just like we're seeing anyways. But I mean, it's worthy to keep him pushed back there because he's hurting them when he's moving forward all the time.
Right, and so your view is why let him be opportunistic with his positioning, with his sort of, you know, body, like. Don't let him beat you with, you know, the opportunistic footwork move to, you know. Yeah, it's an interesting position. I think he's got so much to hurt you with. Most teams probably don't have the guts to play that way.
Yeah.
But you're right. It may be an interesting approach to, you know, see it, right? See Tommy G, keep him in front of you, as they say. Keep the ball in front of you, keep him in front of you, and don't let any sneak attack or surprise.
How about this?
You know,
keep his back against the wire. And because, again, I mentioned it earlier in another broadcast. I mean, the fact is, if he knows every ball's coming back to him, he's going to feel a little more pressure. He's going to have to play back a little bit. He starts to sneak over just like this when he can't do that if he knows every ball's coming back to him. He just can't, or he's going to press. I mean, that is a great move by Tommy G. I mean, shot making 101 here, Steve.
Yeah, it's just a really impressive display so far. Just to get to almost 4 on the first set. We've been treated to a first set here, I tell you.
Well, if this goes 2, if it goes 3, it's still going to be very fast. I just don't think there's going to be, I mean, they might slow it down on some important points, but wow, that is such a great shot.
Stayed so low.
That's even a tough ball to let go right there. But you know what? You know why he let that go, Steve? Because he was only looking to volley one ball, and that was at his chest. Anything else, he's letting go, which he clearly did. Yes. And then he trusts Nunez to track it down. All right, so 4-2, 2 points to go up 5-2, and all of a sudden, within 2 minutes, we're at 4-all.
It's interesting. We've almost had 4 momentum swings in this match. 2-0, back to 2-all, 4-2, then back to 4-all.
For sure.
So the next 2-game swing is going to make the difference.
And it's nice to see, Steve, after almost 3 weeks of Antarctica, that these guys can actually spin the ball again, right?
Yeah, it's just -17 feels like at Short Hills was sort of a tough, there you go, tweener. Tough experience for the players. So it's nice to see him playing a little more free and shaping the ball. And
yeah, I mean, Stevie, I was in Boston commentating in the hut. I couldn't even have lunch. I couldn't even go outside. And no one there even brought me any lunch. They didn't care. I've had lunch 10 times here in Cincinnati to make up for that. You don't care about that, Steve?
No, I love it. I love it. Hey, I think there's there's people listening. You have a voice, guy, and I think you should make your position known. I think there's people listening. Oh, almost a great get by Jose Salazar. Listen, I care, but this is impressive. This is a display. I'm a little bit distracted. There you go. Great shot of the tweener. Thanks to Cal with CSM Media for that.
Yeah, I mean, Cal's sitting right here. I mean, I did ask him for that replay. I mean, it was just so good. By the way, I mean, win or lose, whoever, I mean, in this match, it's just, when we talked about it from the beginning, I mean, just playmaking, shot making is just unbelievable to watch. I mean, that's just tight right there.
All right, Guillermo Nunez, far side serving to Tommy Gregurovic.
So
4-all first set, yeah.
So after 3 minutes of a match, we're at 4-all, 15-all. I mean, we're dead even.
But I think, Guy, you said it early. This is the start that Gregurovic and Ostojic needed, right? The first set's a little more important to them than it is to Nunez and Salazar. So, yeah, all credit to them coming out hot, giving, the crowd and us sort of a great spectacle so far. But, yeah, now it's crunch time. They got to keep it going. They got to find out. There you go. Find a way to win points, keep the element of surprise open, and that's a nice, maybe unexpected drive there.
I tell you what, in terms of Tommy G too, with his backhand and forehand, it's so economical. I mean, there is zero backswing, and it just gets on you so quick. And as the temperatures drop a little this evening, I mean, the ball gets a little heavier. I mean, it's just, he knows when to take time away from his opponents and when to drive.
Big.
I mean, that is, and by the way, that's a great mixture of pace there. I mean, Ostojic just went off-pace roller, heavy ball. All right, this is where Tommy G and Ostojic need to make a nice little move and win the game on their first opportunity when they have their first chance. They don't want to get back to 40-30 and have something similar happen as it did a moment ago. Did you see how they're swinging the ball side to side? I mean,
yeah, no rhythm.
They're right.
No,
I mean,
no rhythm. They're giving them no repetitive, just drifted long. They're giving them nothing to sort of key in on, which I think is interesting. And yeah, it's debatable which side to attack. You came up with an idea. They had been going to Ostojic earlier, but at that point, that was chaos, right? Back, forth, back, forth.
Well, the fact of the matter too is, Stevie, you could have any net scheme you want as long as you agree on it, because then your team's moving properly and can defend it. I mean, if you're going to play side to side and swing the ball, as long as you agree on it and that's what you're doing, then fine. But I mean, you're going to move more for sure, but they're awfully good at it. I tell you what, and here we are, and that's why I said 40-15. Now you could see another big momentum shift here. I mean, now you see Nunez and Salazar talking. All right,
going to Tommy G.
Takes his time here. That's a great serve. Without even thinking about it, right? Getting that lefty serve to the side screen. Smart for Tommy G to stay back there. He does not want to get engaged in that. I would be very careful giving Tommy G a loose ball off the deck here. Wow. That's it. And that's a great 1-2 punch.
It's just instinct and knowing what your partner, I mean, he sees the loop, right? That classic big, high start with a racket head up high, and he just goes. He's off.
And you know the most important part of that 1-2 punch is the fact that he left early because of what you just said.
Yeah. He didn't have to think about it. He saw the hand go up, classic tennis forehand setup, and he just took off to the races. And Salazar is just a split second, a little bit on his heels, but obviously Tommy G can put that volley wherever he wants. So, all right, good for them. That would have been a tough sudden deuce point to lose. So Ostojic now serving for this first set.
And it's interesting too, Steve, no matter what match you're watching, when everything gets important, everything tends to slow down. If it doesn't, it kind of goes one side of it. I mean, you see how, I mean, this, for a moment there, I mean, that's.
And I like Salazar pulling the trigger on that, just keeping them honest.
This might be the longest point in the match. Wow,
yeah,
he held that so well. And this is where Salazar, his experience and his aptitude just comes out. I mean, he's just so smart. Tommy G 100% committing to the side screen.
And his partner left him stranded, so that was a big move. He didn't have the other one backed up.
Right,
yeah,
which is unusual.
Is unusual. He didn't try to overhit it. He just missed it. So I'm sort of okay with that.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Silliness. Silliness.
How does that?
We're getting a replay of that.
It's huge. It's a 1-2 punch. How does he not hit Tommy G with that is what I want to know. That's the shot I'm looking. Look at that. Shot of the year.
I mean.
And Tommy G, like a tree, gets out of the way.
I mean, that is unbelievable by Nunes. Smart.
Oh, just slippery.
Well,
and that stings. If you're Tommy G, that one's going to hurt a little more.
Well, here's the thing. If you're going to blitz, your first job description is to cover your line. If the ball floats through the middle, fine, make a move. But I will say this. Tommy G's been doing that so well all evening. I mean, so what? I mean, you're up 5-4. All right, Nunez Salazar, 40-15. Smart lob down the line. Do you feel like Nunez is starting to get more involved and do his thing, Steve?
Guy, the last minute and a half has been a display. It's been the Guillermo Nunez show. Yeah. Hello, my name is Guillermo Nunez. Prepare to die. Like, unbelievable. 4 out of the last 5 points have been highlight reels.
Yep.
Love it. And this is what the best players do, right? Things get tight, they step up. Huge performance here.
You know what the best players do? They're just unfazed about what's happened before. He just trusts how good he is at what he does. And, I mean, I'm still not over that, whatever that backhand thing he hit. I mean, I don't even know what that was. Look at the court coverage by Salazar. And you'll know, too, the more Tommy G and Ostojic scramble in the back, that should tell you, hey, we're driving too much. You know, that scramble is not going to favor them over the long term in the back. And again, we talked
sure.
about this point. Who's driving too much like there? I mean, even though that was a good point, they're scrambling way too much. Salazar and Nunez hands are just too good for that. They're much more balanced than the baseline team. They're not the ones running around. Is the Nunez show going to continue here, Stevie?
I hope so. I don't know. I hope so. It's just, listen, the level. You like this. We started out with a really high level. The couple momentum swings we talked about: 2-0, 2-all, 4-2, 4-all. So it's only gotten better. So it's super impressive play. You know, it's very easy to see the highlight reel, but Salazar is also sort of locked down. You know, he's a tactician. He's sort of locked it down. He's gotten very methodical about where he's hitting the ball, how he's hitting it. But yeah, the talent of Guillermo Nunez in the last 5 minutes has been a masterclass.
I mean, and he is clearly, and I think that's another thing that he's adjusted to. He's aiming for that nick, that roller, and not only that, Steve, but the pace of it. It's not going to shoot out too far where Tommy G can drive the ball from the service line. And, you know, Tommy G's probably, I mean, the reason he's doing that is to keep his backhand honest. He's got to get him leaning to the right. This is where Nunez starts mixing it up. See, exactly, changes the location. And he kind of, Ostojic, ooh, I do like that look, though. That's his look.
I like the look. That's his ball, yep.
It sure is.
All right, 30-all.
Dead
Jose
even.
Salazar near court, yep.
Dead even. I don't know if I would have, I mean, I guess we could have called it dead even, but 5-all, 30-all, I mean, it just doesn't get any more neutral than that. See how Tommy G's covering his line that time.
Playing with fire.
I can tell you what, Steve, these guys trust their hands so much that they're able to hit mid-court volleys like that, which are so difficult. And not only that, from their feet. I tell you what, too, I mean, I think it's simple. The fewer backhands Tommy G hits, the more success Nunez and Salazar will have.
Yeah, look at, they're just moving him. He's not in the spin cycle, but they're moving him to every unnatural place he can be, other than giving him that softy down the middle where he can rip a backhand.
Well, he wants his looks. He wants his looks, so good adjustment. Here we go, game point, 5-all. Salazar serving. I look for a very similar point here, playing that side of the court. Tommy G's forehand. And this is where Tommy G has to ask himself the question, what am I looking for, my backhand or my forehand? Since they're playing his forehand, maybe he just looks exclusively for the forehand and leaves his backhand to lob. I mean, it's hard to look for both without making mistakes like that. Exactly. See how he's looking for it there? I mean, he was ready to jump on that. What's Salazar going to do here, Steve? Great lob by
I was going to say he's going to have to do something because Nunez may not touch the ball, but clearly there's just some balls that aren't natural, right? So.
And I would also say Nunez has probably the best lob volley from the service line at his shoelaces in the game. Smart lob by Salazar.
Which side of the, yeah. Don't know which side of the paddle Tommy G hit that on. Look at the intensity on Tommy G's face. Think he's into it?
He's into it. Notice how Tommy G's out of the way and then right back in the middle where he needs to be.
Salazar, Nunez. They lead the first set 6-5.
Tell you what, that's great ball movement. Now, what happened there too, Steve, is where things break down is when Nunez and Salazar are creating the swing of the ball from side to side. At some point, you're going to get somebody off the net, and whether he misses that volley or not, the next lob is going to hurt more. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, you credit that offense to the great lobs. I mean, their offense was really by lobbing and not by driving. Sudden deuce wins.
Look at the point.
Wow.
Sudden deuce. Look at the point differential. The point differential shifted pretty quickly.
It did. It did, but I mean, in this set, 5 sudden deuce games, and we're still this tight.
Yeah.
I also think, too, the more Nunez plays that side, the more comfortable he gets. The question I have for you is, does he move forward better from the deuce side where he's used to playing or the ad side? I actually think he moves better from the deuce side because his range with the lefty forehand volley is so good. Smart play. Wow. And the best thing about that volley was the pace.
And once you have them both running the same direction or against each other, you're just in complete control. So, Tommy G sort of made an attempt and shook Ostojic off that ball a little bit. So that's why I apologize. But, unbelievable pace.
Nunez, Nunez isn't 6'5", right? But his range with his lefty is huge. It's like he's 6'5". I mean, honestly, he has so much range with that lefty shot.
Yep.
Now listen, even though we're at 6'5", 15 all, what do you think the biggest adjustment Salazar and Nunez have made from the net?
Can he get it?
No. And that's what I mean with Nunez's forehand. You don't know where that's going.
Yeah, because he almost holds an Eastern Continental grip, like a volley grip, and he just slides it. He just slaps it. It's like a slap shot.
But not only that, he's just ready so early that he waits for the play to develop. He lets them commit, and then he just goes where they're not. All right, 3 set points here. Salazar, Nunez. And that's where Nunez just steps it up. I tell you what, they both stepped it up, Steve. Great first set.
Yep, big finish. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment after these messages right here on the...
A lot of founders start out with an idea, maybe in a garage, in a shared workspace, and really being a co-pilot along that whole journey from ideation to execution to maybe monetization one day is really the role we've decided to take in the marketplace. So I feel like we have really found a part of the market and offering that just really hasn't existed. It's this coaching, it's therapy, it's co-piloting on a journey that is unique.
We don't have time to get into all the reasons you may need urgent care. There's coughing, wheezing, itchy rashes, unpleasant infections, twists and rolls, cold and flu, tummies too. But at Mercy Health Urgent Care, we always have the time to give you exceptional, convenient care, because here you can get in and out in about an hour. Mercy Health Urgent Care, exceptional care made for you.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon your toilet will clog again.
What if it won't flush?
We'll always repair it.
Nobody puts baby in a flooded corner.
Maybe I should still fix it.
You had me at hello. We've got same-day service.
Plumbing completes me.
All right, welcome back to the APTA Tour. I'm Steve Sullivan with Guy Moore. Hyde Park Golf and Country Club men's semis. Nunez, Salazar take the first set 7-5. Guy, you know, we have statistics. We also just have eyes, right? So what'd you see in that first set? What are you feeling coming into the second?
Well, I think Nunez and Salazar made a really big adjustment and took Tommy G's backhand off the court those last few games. And simply put, Steve, they just played the bigger points better. I mean, listen, that's as tight of a first set when you're going to have all those momentum changes. What did we say, 5 or 6 momentum changes?
Yeah.
I mean, and the other thing, too, is they got to be very careful about letting Nunez be Nunez. And what I mean, he just slowly but surely makes his way. And when I say make his way, he's just dictating with his forehand. I mean, that lefty forehand. I mean, he's holding balls. He's picking his targets. And not only that, Salazar and Nunez just stopped making mistakes the last 3 or 4 games. And that's what Salazar is known for. I mean, just 101 goes into lockdown, and guess what? You're gonna have to beat me. He's not gonna give you anything. That's a great hold.
Oh, yeah, little moving pick there with a racket up by Salazar, so Nunez didn't see it coming. But yeah, listen, I'm encouraged that everyone's wearing shorts. Not Guy, but everybody else is wearing shorts. I like the fact that, you know, Tommy G he's just committed, right? You can see the intensity in his face. You know, you mentioned it, Guy. There's a number of softies that won them that set. Really nice pace into the corner, really nice pace into the back screen. And one of the observations I would make is Ostojic has a tendency to like to play it off the back screen, and he's been trapped 2 or 3 times in those last couple games wanting that ball to come back, and it's just not coming back. It's such a nice, soft, delicate, sort of laid-in volley. So, yeah, all the credit to the turnaround after the 4. The 5th turnaround was the one that made the decision in that set. But, yeah, some huge play. We're going to have a number of highlights coming out of this match from Guillermo Nunez. 3 out of those 5 points were probably shot of the year candidates. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the second set.
Well, going back to what you just said.
The start matters. The start matters, right?
Well, it certainly matters.
We need Gregurovic and Tommy. Yeah, Tommy and Tim need to get on the board and stay tight quick.
Yeah, because the emotion can work with you or against you. But going back to your point about Ostojic getting beat behind him a little bit, that just goes back to too many drives. And it's what we said from the beginning. You drive the ball too much against teams that can volley, they're going to make you scramble behind. And if you're feeling that's going on one more lob, not going to hurt you. The other thing that Tommy G's done a good job of here is he's adjusting. He's not looking for his backhand as much for a couple reasons. One, he's not getting any. But 2, if he does get one, if they miss in there, then probably not a bad thing to lob unless it's just sitting there. I also like the fact that these guys, I mean, they may switch in the backcourt. Maybe Tommy G gets some looks on that ad side. I don't know. But I wouldn't wait too long to make it happen. You do not want Salazar and Nunez to get out in front again like we talked about earlier. I don't know if I've seen Salazar do a little hop like that hitting a volley.
It was a little ballerina-like. I like the intent, but a really tough shot to pull off, right? He's just trying to generate a lot of undercut on that backhand while his body's moving, right?
Yeah, not balanced, but you know what? Just won the first set, feeling it up 40-15. If you're going to try it, try it.
Yep.
And that's what I mean about Tommy G hitting the backhand. Even though it's so good, he hasn't had a look in so long because he's looking for his forehand. Probably a decent ball to lob. It's hard to look for both, is my point, Steve, even as good as he is.
Yeah, he got the first, he hit the right ball, then he chased the second a little bit, so.
And how about this? Would you agree if he's going to hit it, go back down your line, even though, gosh, Salazar and Nunez are so good with redirecting the ball better than most teams, at least you're not going to get beat with angle behind you. If it comes back, it's going to be straight ahead, but have a target. You know, when someone as good as Tommy G misses that ball 4 feet long, he's trying to end the point, whether he knows it or not. Right there. I mean, great ball to lob. Nunez leaves it alone. I mean,
he wants it. I mean, Tommy G wants the hands battle.
He sure
and he's
does.
just got this little flick. He's got the little flick with the racket head, and there's no way he was going anywhere but back to Jose Salazar. I just love the competitive.
wow.
And there goes Nunez.
I mean, that's what you can't do to Nunez.
How do you swing that hard and the ball stomps? Like, I don't know. He just does things with the ball, Nunez.
What he understands, Steve, is the ball coming at him. He knows when to completely lose the collision of the ball and just take it all off, and that has a lot to do with grip pressure. Ball's coming that hard, he's firm, but by the time he makes contact, he's completely released all the grip pressure.
Yeah.
This is a very important game for Tommy G and Ostojic. They're doing a good job of keeping that ball right there. Yeah.
15-30.
I mean, by the way, Steve, for a team that doesn't play that much together, Nunez and Salazar, pretty disciplined now, right?
Yeah, they just look like they've locked it in a little bit.
Well, they have an overhead scheme. How about that?
Yeah.
Where in that first part of that first set, not really. You know why, though? Because they can get away with it before a match like this. They could kind of do what they want, even though they're playing unbelievable teams. Their scheme allows them that. But I mean, that's a great volley. The other thing too, you know, playing with the lefty, you're going to have good forehand volleys in the middle because that's where a lot of drives are going to go. They want to create confusion. Jose Salazar and Nunez have two of the best forehand volleys I've seen, period. And that hard side back is a smart shot. It opens up the corner. Let's see if Nunez will bring it back to the ad side if he gets a short ball. They've kind of frozen Ostojic out of this match for a moment, right?
Well, it's interesting if it's by design.
Oh, it's by design.
And I like the way he thought about it. Yeah, I like the way he thought about it. Keep Tommy G in front of you.
Yep.
Like no element of surprise, no unpredictability, no movement off the movement, right? Just keep it in front.
Right.
Like that.
Exactly.
Salazar just hands it back at him.
And again, it goes back to, you know, whether they stay with this tactic the rest of the match, I don't know, but it's working now. I mean, you know this, any good teams. What happened there?
I'm not 100% sure.
That's unlike Salazar to do that.
It seemed like maybe the point was over before he hit it. I'm not sure if there was a call.
I think you're probably right. Again, we could see a momentum shift happening in front of us, Steve.
They're all big points at this stage. They're just bigger for Gregurovic and Ostojic. The next 10 minutes are just critical.
Steve, does Nunez think he's on a little walk in the park on Sunday? Look at him, he's just cruising around. Oh, he had that.
40-30.
All right, this is where Ostojic and...
Listen, Guy, the best is when he takes his left hand off the handle.
I know,
yeah.
I know, I see that.
Very relaxed.
Yeah.
Very relaxed.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Tommy G, and oh, there it is. I love that move, though. He had what he wanted.
Yeah, it's a good move.
One apiece.
Third time's a charm. There you go. Happens to the best of us. All right, 1-all.
New ball, little life in there. That is great hands by Nunez. I mean, again, the ball's behind him. Smart to let that drop. He was beat by the height.
Yep.
And Ostojic wasn't coming forward anyways. The question, too, is with your net scheme, even though there might be more offense on one side of the court, where are you going to create the most mistakes, or where are you going to create the situation where someone presses more? And that could change during the course of a set or a match, but that is a great ball. Oh, that's the new ball, though.
New ball. It's a little warm.
Yeah.
This might be the warmest tournament in about 6 weeks.
Yeah. How was your
mid-40s? It's probably a little cooler now.
How was your vacay to Siberia commentating paddle matches?
Short Hills did me dirty with the cold, I tell you what.
Yeah.
That hurt for a while. All right, here we go, 15-all.
I think, too, Steve, what I've seen from Tommy G and Ostojic over the course of the season is they've just become better about grinding. You know, they lose that first set. It used to be trouble, but I just feel like these guys are in it for the long haul now. Oh, what did that hit? Did that hit the beam up there?
I mean, it hit the beam. It just sort of.
Wow! Did it hit the top of the beam?
Well, it
popped up.
Okay. There's no light post there. We lost it out of the camera view, so I'm not exactly sure. Must have just hit the top. I mean, there was no debate by the players, so it was clear from the players' perspective that it was in.
Wow.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, don't let him get away with that.
Exactly.
That was a dribbler.
I mean, talk about soft hands, right?
Game Salazar Nunez. They lead the second set 2-1.
I tell you what. Just a great couple games here in the second set. All right, let me tell you about one of our sponsors, Quintus Wealth Management. Quintus Wealth Management, group of Wells Fargo advisors, focuses on managing and preserving wealth for generations to come. Quintus is committed to exceeding expectations in service and results with a client-first philosophy, white glove service, and keen attention to detail. Special thanks to APTA member and Quintus Managing Director Frank Parker and his team for their support of the Midwesterns. Thank you, Frank. What I was saying there too, Steve, is I don't think Tommy G and 10 are ever going to stop playing until they beat these guys. Whether it be
and they will. They will. I think this is a great, a little bit of a letdown here that's unfortunate, but this is a great performance through a set in 3 games. They clearly have the capability, and I think they're going to break through at some point. You know, you'd like to see teams lean in, continue to work on their game, find opportunities to do different things, maybe show some different looks, which they've tried to do tonight. But listen, no one else is staying the same either. So Regalado, Salazar this year, they've gotten better, right?
Absolutely.
Obviously last year, breakthrough for McNerney and Morgan. They win Philly Cricket. Just a huge performance by them to sort of break through and make their presence known at the top. So, listen, everyone's going to move forward. I think the game's getting a little bit more dynamic, more racket skills coming into the game, more athletes coming into the game. So, hey, the race is on.
Well, and I also think from the men's side with the scoring change, sudden death point at the first deuce it's changing for some teams. And not only that, the momentum shifts. I mean, you just can't grind as much in a good way. I mean, I think it was necessary, and I think some teams have benefited from it and some haven't.
That's for sure.
And that could change on any given day, depending on the matchup. This is where Nunez and Salazar need to be careful and stick with their plan. They don't want to let Tommy G get back in the mix with his backhand, because they basically eliminated that shot. Which, at the end of the day, Steve, you think about it, right? From a net scheme perspective, what's the number one thing you would tell anybody? Identify the biggest weapon on the court from an overhead scheme and eliminate it.
Right. At my level, look for the weakness and focus on it and target it. No one's got the weakness as such, so that's exactly what they do. They're looking for where they can get hurt, where they're going to lose points, where they're going to be pressured on volleys, and they just avoid it. And, it's very interesting. Last couple weeks ago at Short Hills, we were commenting on why Tommy G wasn't playing the backhand. It was like a set and a half, and then it came out. He brought that backhand out in the very first game and was sort of showcasing it, and they just took it away. They just completely took it away from him for, the better part of, now a full set plus. So, yeah, this is changing tactics, acknowledging what's happening. Oh, that's a great direction.
Sure is. Well, the other thing, too, by Nunez and Salazar doing that, they know where every ball's coming back from. So their net positioning has just gotten better and better. Whereas before they were swinging the ball, were they successful? Half the time. That's why the set was so close. But, when they decided to be disciplined and do what they're doing.
From this side, I didn't touch it, right? I didn't touch it. He didn't touch it. He touched it? No, he didn't. It was already, the ball was already in. I want to make sure the ball was coming. No. He touched your side, and then he touched my paddle. So what is that? No, I mean, it already touched the net. But it was the same time. It was the same time. I didn't hit the ball. I know you didn't hit the ball. But you know what I mean? Like, I know you did, but at the same time you did it. Do you understand what I mean? I know it, but what is the rule? If you touch it at the same time, and you did your hands up at the same time, it's not that I did this. I didn't do that.
Listen, if it happened the way Nunez says, he's right.
Well, we're going to get a good replay
here. Let's see.
He didn't do that. He did this.
Yeah, he's right.
His paddle did not.
His paddle is up high. Let's go one more time. His paddle's up high. The ball hits the net. In theory, I think what he's saying is, hey, the ball through the net bumped me in the knee or the stomach or wherever it may have hit him in the hip, but it hit the net and then hit me. I didn't touch it, and I think he's right. Yeah, great replay there. Thanks, Cal, for that. One more time.
Yeah. Can we see it one more time,
His
Cal?
paddle is so goofy. His paddle is so goofy all over the place.
Yeah, I don't think he touched it at all.
And he was so clear. Listen, he was so clear right out of the gate. And obviously, these guys are a lot more honest than most people you come across every day. So, yeah, just a unique situation.
And again, you have a couple breaks going their way, too. I mean, but what's happened here is a combination of things, Steve. Nunez and Salazar made a very good adjustment. Again, they don't play a lot together, so they got on the same page with their overhead scheme, and it's changed everything. Now, the question here is, what does Tommy G and Ostojic do right now? I mean, they've got to do something because it's downhill in a hurry. I mean, Nunez and Salazar are playing downhill. Triple break point here. Wow, that ball stayed in.
Game Nunez, Salazar. They need the second set 5-1.
And here we are at 5-1. Viking Athletics, Steve. For nearly 3 decades, Viking has been the premier name in platform tennis. Viking's mission is simple: produce high-quality, innovative products to enable players at all levels to achieve their best results. Visit www.vikingathletics.com to learn more about our brand, and be sure to stay tuned for new lineup releases coming summer 2026.
Yeah, you let a team play relaxed and free.
Well, we talked
and
about
it's
that,
really,
right?
It's tough, yeah.
Yeah, you do not want these guys to be front runners. I mean, for the reason you're seeing on the scoreboard. But listen, all the credit to Nunez and Salazar. I mean, great adjustment. I mean, and by the way, how many balls have they missed? They just haven't.
Not a lot.
Well,
not unforced anyway. They've made some mistakes, but they've
very few.
They
That's
just sort of locked it down.
Ostojic. Yeah. And I tell you what, I have seen Ostojic and Tommy G be down like this and make a run, so that's what they can hope for here. And this is where the scoring comes into play too. I mean, Salazar and Nunez are 2 points away from the match. I mean, they win this point, it's match point. And there it is. It just changes so quickly with this scoring. Wow, what a great serve to end it.
There it is. Yeah, it went quick when it started moving. Love the first set. Let's take another look at match point here.
I mean, that's a serious serve.
Yeah, just a monster serve. Yeah, completely challenging. Maybe we'll take a couple look at the statistics here from court director. And yeah, it turned into some one-way traffic, 68 points to 42 points, you know, and one of those matches where the sudden deuce metric doesn't always tell the tale. It certainly made the first set a lot closer. I don't know, any other thoughts, Guy? I like the entertainment, but yeah, the team that we thought was going to come out on top did.
Well, I think what happened is Nunez and Salazar just made great adjustments, especially with their net scheme. I mean, they took Tommy G's, the biggest weapon on the court, off the court, and then that allowed them to do everything else. I mean, it can sometimes be that simple. Great calling that match with you. We'll be back. We have the other semi going on over there with McNerney Morgan.
Yeah, another semis, and then then tomorrow morning we will have the women's final kicking us off at 9 a.m. right here in the APTA YouTube channel. So for Guy Moore, I'm Steve Sullivan. There's Colin Warren, our umpire, and that's a wrap.
Yep. Thanks, Steve.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
The business owners that I'm working with have entrusted Corient in this work because we're really focused on supporting them in their important endeavors. They're functioning every day in their zone of genius, and their expectation of us is we're doing the same. My name is Anna Diaz. I'm a partner and wealth advisor at Corient. When we think about the work we're doing for our clients, we think about first financial, absolutely. It is not uncommon that our very successful business owners and clients are making disjointed decisions. Our job is to provide a proactive strategy so the filter in which they make these decisions is informed. Second is the emotional load. Our clients often are asking themselves, what am I missing? Our job is to remove that mental load so they feel that their strategy is optimized, is simplified, and is executed cleanly. And the third is generational. Absolutely, there is technical design that goes into that, but it is also the thoughtful impact they want to have with what they've created.